What's up, Bulldogs? All right, just finished my run here. It's just a 3.5 mile run, but man, I had a workout yesterday and I sprained my ankle pretty bad, like rolled it. At the very beginning of the workout, it was some hill sprints, but I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do the workout anyway before it starts swelling up, because if you've ever rolled your ankle, you've got probably about an hour and a half before it becomes too painful to walk on. So I finished the run. It ended up being about 4.5 miles, hard workout. And then this morning, I was pretty wrecked, limping around, but I just taped my ankle up real tight and got the 3.5 done. It was painful, but got it done. And I've talked about this before, but this is what it takes. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that I've always had this mindset or mentality. Again, this is what I would really call the Bulldog mindset. And you might have saw the video I did a while back where I threw my back out and I went for a 5-mile run that day. And a lot of people were like, oh, that's crazy, that's stupid, you're gonna injure yourself, why do that? And I get it, and I'm sure there'll be those same comments here, but it's because it's who I am. It's because that's what I do, because I'm not, there's always, and here's the thing about it, right? And it's not to brag, although I guess it kind of is, because I am proud of it. Most people would not attempt to run on a busted ass ankle 3.5 miles, but the reason why this is so important and why I will die on this hill is because life is gonna life. Like, shit is gonna happen all the time in life. Like, non-ideal circumstances are gonna come up and they're gonna fuck up your plan, and you're just gonna have to decide whether you're just gonna let that happen or you're just gonna push through it. And yeah, maybe there's some times where pushing through it is not the answer and you're really gonna fuck yourself up. And maybe when I was doing the Spartan race, after I tore my bicep tendon, continuing to go on and then rupturing my quad tendon, maybe that wasn't the move, okay? But I don't know. It's hard to say, right? It's because the thing is that if you let yourself just give up, even when things are unfairly hard or perfectly valid circumstances to quit or to delay, they're just going to happen so often. It's going to stack up that you're never going to make any progress. Like, if I think about my life and I think about times where I've had no sleep or some real crappy thing has happened to me and I've had to just push through anyway, or been injured and had to push through, and I think about if even half those times I didn't push through, I would not have gotten to where I am. I would not have become as financially successful, right? I would not have persevered and become the guy that I am. And so that's the thing you really have to think about. It's there's always logical reasons to not do something. There's always logical reasons and really good reasons why you shouldn't run with a busted ankle, okay? And maybe they're smart, right? Maybe those reasons are smart. But the way that life is that you're gonna have so many times circumstances that are gonna come up that are going to derail you. And if you have that mindset of there is an excuse, even if it's a good one, you'll find an excuse. And what will happen is, over time, your mind will become weak, right? It's if the only good thing, if running on this busted ankle, let me give you it this way. Let's say that it was actually a bad thing and it's going to cause me to become more injured or injured longer, and it would have been way smarter to just take the break and recover. If the only thing that I got from this was that I had a real painful run and I had to push through that pain with the busted ankle, then that was enough. Then that was a win, right? Even if it cost me something else. Because the worst thing that you can do in life is to let your mind get weak. Because once your mind gets weak, then you're done. Then you might as well give up. Then, it's a slippery slope, right? It's you might have a good excuse one day, but then what's going to happen when you even let that good excuse stop you? You let the good excuse stop you, and then the next day you have a less good excuse, and that stops you. You know what I mean? But if you have the mindset that no excuse will ever stop you, that it doesn't matter what the excuse is, you're going to push on anyway, then your mind will never get weak and you'll never slip down that slope of allowing yourself to be, convinced that your excuses are good, right? Even when they are good. I've had plenty of times in my life where I've had good excuses. But do you get what I'm saying here? Do you understand why this is so vitally important, right? Sometimes, like, pushing through and not allowing an excuse to stop you is going to be objectively the wrong choice, where there's going to be consequences from it. But I'd rather take the risk in making those decisions throughout my life and not become mentally weak, because I've become mentally weak before. I definitely went through a period in the last couple years where I became a little bit more, where I became mentally weaker, and I'm not going to let that happen again, right? That's because when I lost that mental toughness, that strength, I lost everything, right? That was really the worst thing that I had done. And it's so hard to get it back. Oh my God, it's so hard to get it back. Do not ever lose the mental toughness. And if you're at a point right now where you have lost it, well, it's time to start working on gaining it. And the way that you're gonna gain it is by doing hard shit. And no matter what happens, never, ever letting an excuse stop you, whether it's good or bad.